Hey, this is Dave from Bells Up Winery, and we're out here in the vineyard on a cold but gorgeous late January morning. And I'm here with Victoria and Moises from Novo Vineyard Services, and they are the reason why the vineyard looks as awesome as it does every year. So one of the questions that I get a lot is, what is going on in the vineyard at any one time of year? And a lot of times we can talk about things that are very easy to see, but as we're standing here in January, we've got a lot of what looks like dead wood up here. But obviously, as you might guess, there's a lot more to it than that. So we wanted to have Victoria and Moises here to kind of talk through what is it that we are doing in the vineyard at this time to prepare for the upcoming seasons.
So right now we are pruning, and pruning means we get rid of all of this dead wood, not dead wood, but old wood from the previous year, and we're going to replace it with a nice new cane for this year. And for this one, the way we would do that is we would cut right here, and then we're going to cut little snips to make it easier when they do the brush pulling. And then that will clear that up. And then you want to make sure the length is long enough, so you would just cut up here.
Now, when you say length is long enough, the idea here is going to be that this is going to be forming this year, current year's growth. So this is going to lay down coming across this way.
Yeah.
We're going to have another cane from the next plant here that's going to be coming across this way. And the idea is that they get to pretty much the same point.
Exactly.
So what the decisions that they're making on the fly is, first of all, which of these canes that we want to use for this year's growth, but then also how long does that cane need to be. So they're making these decisions very quickly in real time. It really is it's an important skill set, and that's why we rely on their expertise.
Cut in here, cut all this, make a 3 pieces here or 2, and then we just cut in here for the spur. We always try to live in under the cane, but it's in that case we don't have it in good positioning. We can live in this one here. Look at all here. We have to clean it up, all this, and we can cut over here. And we can clean this one too. Clean it up and just cut in here for that side. And then if we want to clean it up a little bit, the head in here, make sure that it's not a lot of dry stuff here.
Yeah.
So another question that we get is, why are we doing this now as opposed to later? And the reason is because this is the time of year when things are cold and the buds haven't broken yet, that the plants are dormant. So Victoria, why don't you tell us about exactly what that means?
So dormancy means they're just kind of sleeping. It's like they're in hibernation mode, and we do it now, as Dave said, is so we're not hurting the plant. Now is the time to do it. The sap is not flowing. This gives it, like we said before, a good rejuvenation of this year. And so we do it while it's dormant so that we are not hurting the plants. This is the perfect time to do that. Today we're going to talk about tying down the canes and why we do that. It's another process of pruning. So this is what happens after we are all done the pruning, and these are what we have left. This is after all the brush has been pulled, which is on the ground. So first, when people come see this, they're going to clean up the cane because we want it all nice and clean for when the shoots start growing, and the shoots are going to grow from these little buds here, and that's going to go up straight. So this particular cane is a bit too long. We don't want it overlapping over the line post, so I'm going to cut it right here, and we usually give a little bit of space in between the bud and the end so that you don't damage the bud when you cut. So we have a nice clean cane now, and we wrap it around the wire, and this is the fruiting wire. And I have my little twist ties here, and we're just gonna twist tie that up to the wire. Lots of people do the ties in different ways, but that keeps it on the fruiting wire so it doesn't pop up, and the twisting it around the wire also helps with the weight, so that when the canes do grow and grapes start growing, it's not going to fall off the wire. So the reason we tie the canes down is because the sap flow that's coming from the trunk is just going to go straight to the top if we leave it. So if we left it up here, everything is going to grow just at the top of the cane. Nothing's really going to grow in the middle. And if it did grow, it wouldn't be very strong. So if we lay it down, it's all evenly flowing and it's nice and straight. And that's actually also how we tell if a vine is healthy or not. If everything is uniformly growing, we know that it's doing in good shape. If it's not growing straight up and uniform, then we know it has a problem.